Hey guys, Peter Obi, the Labour Party's candidate for president, bemoaned the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC on Saturday for not being aggressive enough in their legal complaint against President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The Labour Party flag bearer claimed that INEC had refused to let them investigate the bimodal voters accreditation system, that is the BVAS devices used in the presidential elections, in a statement made through his legal team, which was led by Professor Kalu San at the Presidential Election Tribunal Court. He added that the Labour Party had not received all the electoral documents that they had requested. In his words, Professor Kalu said, "My Lord, we still have a few hiccups at INEC because of the order that was made by this court on March 8, directing them to allow us to carry out a forensic examination of the BVAS. They have not allowed us. We are also waiting for some documents we requested from them." Remember how the National Electoral Body claimed that the Labour Party and the presidential candidate Peter Obi had refused to pay the 1.5 million demanded to access the documents they were requesting. At the Wednesday, May 18 hearing of the Presidential Election Petitions Court, Abubakar Mahmood, the counsel for INEC, spoke. Mahmood was addressing the allegations made by Levy, the party's and its candidate's attorney, that the commission had withheld information they needed to use as evidence in a lawsuit contesting the results of the presidential election. Uzokwe testified that INEC stubbornly refused to produce 70% of the requested electoral documents to the 5-member court panel chaired by Aruna. Practically, Uzokwe claimed that the voting records for the states of Rivers and Sokoto had been unavailable. Uzokwe claimed that the INEC officials in Sokoto State demanded a fee of 1.5 million to process the documents. The resident electoral commissioner of Rivers State informed us that they did not have any form EC8A to give us. This is a typical example, the senior advocate said. The attorney claimed that 5 letters were sent to INEC along with court orders dated March 3rd and March 8th, asking the electoral umpire to permit the petitioners access to inspect and copy the pertinent electoral materials. In response to the charge, INEC's attorney claimed that Peter Obi's legal team had declined to attend a meeting called to resolve complications regarding documents that would be submitted to the court. In the meantime, the Labour Party on Saturday demanded a period of 7 weeks to gather its witnesses and conduct a forensic examination of the materials and documents used during the presidential election on February 25th in order to gather additional evidence for his case contesting the victory of Tinubu Shettima's ticket. Nigeria, my country. So, why would they hide these documents from them? What is going on? If they really know that there is nothing they are hiding, why should they hide it for them? You see, talking about disobeying court order and all that, this government is just good in that. You understand? DSS is good in that. INEC don't join them. And you think they are just doing all these things without the backing of the federal government? No, now. The federal government is aware of everything that is going on. Nigerians, you should not expect much in this very case. You understand? Nobody should expect much, because the way the whole thing is going now, the Nigerian fears is coming very closer. Meanwhile, the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal in Abuja has dismissed the application filed by the Labour Party, the People's Democratic Party, and their presidential candidate for a live broadcast of the proceedings of the election petition proceedings in court. Una dey see am so. The chairman of the tribunal, Justice Haruna, dismissed the application for live coverage of court proceedings on Monday. Haruna said the application lacked merit. But this is the same thing, we saw it happen in Ghana. Live, everybody saw everything, but it don't reach Nigerian own. They don't change it. Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the PDP, had filed an application on May 8, seeking live coverage of the court proceedings on his case, challenging the victory of Bola Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress in the February 25th presidential election. The Labour Party and its presidential candidate in the election, Peter Obi, had also filed an application asking for a live broadcast of the proceedings of the election petition in court. The petitioners, represented by Professor Carlo San, urged the court to grant the request. Abubakar Mahmood San, who represented the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), Wole San Olukbekan, who represented the president-elect Bola Tinubu, and his vice Kasim Shettima, and Adeniyi Akintola San, who represented the ruling APC, moved their various counter affidavits and prayed the court to reject the application for lack of merit and constituting a distraction to the court. Nigerians, I'm dropping it here. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe.